This is an update video explaining the new MOAction. A lot of things have changed in the newest update, but this will help get you back up to speed in no time flat. The first thing probably everyone was wondering is, how do I get my old mouse overs back? Well, we'll start by clicking Add Stack, and you select the job that you're using the action for, so in this case, Scholar. Our base ability, we will say, is Broil 3, and we will do a UI mouse over just to demonstrate, and we'll set Broil 3 as our ability. So if we save and close this, we can see I'm in combat with this striking dummy. So if I mouse over here, but I'm not targeting it. So if I mouse over here, and Broil 3 will cast. Stop mousing over, invalid target. So this works the same as it did before. And similarly, we could set this to field mouse over instead, and now we see does not work here, does not work here, does work here. And the same is obviously also true for healing actions as well. So if you want to get your old mouse overs back, set something up similar like this for all of the abilities that you wish to have it for. After this, we will move on and explain how the action stack actually works in a little bit more detail, so that maybe you guys can make some more robust action stacks than just simple mouse over. Now that we've replicated the old MOAction behavior, let's take a look at what we can do with an action stack. An action stack is a priority list of abilities to use, depending on if the move can be used on its appropriate target. So, what does that mean? Well, for Scholar here on Physic, let's add an ability here for our field mouse over to be Broil 3. Now, we already kind of know how this will work. If we mouse over the dummy and we press Physic, then it'll use Broil 3. But what we can do is add a new action to the bottom of the stack, and we'll say this one is also for field mouse over, but instead of being Broil 3, let's make this one Physic. So now what we can see will happen is, if I mouse over here and use Physic, as we expect, it casts Broil 3. But now, if I mouse over myself and I press Physic, it still casts Physic. Now I could change this, for example, to do Adloquium instead. So now we can see very clearly, cast at the one myself. However, if none of the targets in the stack, you see we have two field mouse overs here. If none of the targets are applicable for their associated action, then the default behavior of the base ability will be used. So in this case it would be Physic. So if I don't mouse over anything, it defaults to casting Physic on myself, the way that you would expect. So now, just to show off the power of the action stack, let's see if we can set up something a little bit more complex using the actions we have here. We'll set our job to Scholar, and we'll use Physic as our base ability for this, but we'll put lots of things on our stack here. So the first thing that I would like to do is I would like to say, if we have a UI mouse over, let's try casting Broil 3. Alternately, if we have a UI mouse over, let's try casting Adloquium. So it'll either be on an enemy or on a party member or yourself. Additionally, if we have a field mouse over, let's use Change Stratagem. Then finally, we have a focus target. We will use, let's see, what shall we use? We'll use Biolysis. It's not on my bars, but it should be pretty obvious what happens. So what we'll get here is, it'll attempt to do this one first. If this isn't possible, then it'll attempt this, and so on and so forth all the way down. So let's see what this looks like. We will target this dummy, focus target it, because we need a focus target. And now let's try engaging it in combat. And if we go over here, you see Broil, as it should be. We do here, now we see Adloquium. If we do a field mouse over, Change Stratagem. And now with just that, just the focus target, we see Biolysis goes on. So, as you can see, setting up a action stack like this can lead to a large number of actions being covered under one button, but you might need to be careful about how you set it up. Make sure that things get used correctly. And additionally, we can see if we unfocus target, now we have no targets available, so when we use Physic, it simply acts like Physic. Hopefully this video was helpful in getting everyone set up and running on the new MOAction, and I look forward to seeing what everyone can do with it. Good luck.